get people in.
Okay, great.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Well, good morning, good afternoon. For in Venice, it's already good afternoon.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, nice to have so many people joining.
Hello. Hi, hello, good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome. We're giving it a minute or two for everyone to come in, and then we will start, okay?
Et le son. You hear me? C'est bon?
Yes, we can hear you. On vous entend.
Ok, très bien. Thank you.
Ah, on a un Jeep.
Yes. Well, Lilian Garro has been invited instead of me. She's the head of the European department, but she couldn't attend this seminar, so I'm here instead. I'm her assistant.
Great. We can send her a recording after also.
Oh,
Okay, nice. Thank you.
Let me start the recording also for everyone who couldn't join. Just a second. I'm going to start the recording as well. That's already on, right?
If it is possible, I would also like to have the recording because I can't be at the very beginning of the meeting.
Yes, yes, we will send the recording on to all the participants of the webinar and to everyone who has registered. So no worries at all.
Okay, thank you.
All right. I will disable now the meeting room so everybody can, the waiting room so everybody can join. Yeah. And we're gonna start. Hi, my name is very welcome everyone. Thank you for finding the time to join us today, this afternoon. We host a webinar on Erasmus Plus Call 2021. I will ask everyone to mute themselves. Could you please do that? And then we will have a dedicated time for questions at the end of the session. Meanwhile, if you want to ask someone something, please feel free to type it into the chat, and then we will check the chat box at the end to make sure that we cover all your inquiries. My name is Alexandra Lecoeur. I'm the director of the European Cultural Academy in Venice and Amsterdam. We have two beautiful locations in the Netherlands and Italy, and we are a center for pedagogical education and teaching through art. For some years already, we are organizing courses for school teachers and school staff that are interested in integrating art practices in their classrooms. We work with teachers from kindergartens, from primary schools, from high schools. So we have experience in organizing programs for teachers from the all types of schools. And we have been working with Erasmus Plus European program for some time already. And we decided to organize this webinar to answer your question about this new Erasmus Plus call that was just announced a week ago. And, we receive a lot of questions about it. So we thought it's a nice opportunity to do it. For someone who doesn't know what Erasmus is, we will cover that. And for someone who is maybe already accredited, we will tell more about our own courses. So I'm going to start with talking about Erasmus Plus program 21-27. Then we talk about our courses, and then we're going to have Q&A session. I'm not here alone representing European Cultural Academy. I have my colleague, Sara Longo. Ciao, Sara. She's waving. I don't know if you could see her on the screen. And Sara is our program manager for Erasmus Plus trainings. All right. I'm gonna now share my screen again. Can you see it all? Yes, right? Okay. So this is our beautiful building in Venice. We are located on the Grand Canal in a historic palace, which is also a very nice, location for the courses. Let me see if I could. So a little bit about Erasmus Plus program. Erasmus Plus is a European program that supports international mobility. That means that as an educational organization or as a school, you can send your school staff, both teachers and administrative staff involved in pedagogical process, you can send them abroad for training. And this year, Erasmus Plus announced a new program for 2021-2027. This program has 4 main priorities. That means that all the projects or mobilities that you as an organization will do have to somehow cover these priorities. What are they? Inclusion and diversity, green, so there is quite a big focus on environment and sustainability, digital, including development of digital competencies, digital capacities, and active participation, enhancing participation in democratic life and civil engagement. These are 4 main priorities for the Erasmus Plus program in the next years. Erasmus Plus, we can divide the whole program into 5 different directions. Today, I'm only going to, that within Erasmus, they're called actions. I will talk only about key action 1 today, but it's just an overview for you to have an understanding what else is covered by the program. So there is a mobility, key action 1, mobility of individuals. Key action 2, cooperation among organizations and institutions. And this is more for cooperation between 2 schools or between 2 educational centers. There could be even a small project between a university, so higher education, and a school. Key action 3, support to policy development and cooperation. And then there's Jean Monnet action and sport action. But today we're going to focus on key action 1, mobility of individuals. So what are the objectives of this action? So Erasmus Plus guide was published around 3 weeks ago. And this is how they present the main objectives of the key action 1, mobility of individuals, that also covers school teachers' mobility and trainings. 3 objectives: strengthening the European dimension of teaching and learning by promoting values of inclusion and diversity, promoting knowledge about shared European heritage, and supporting development of professional networks across Europe. The second objective is increasing the quality of teaching and learning in school education by supporting professional development of teachers, promoting use of new technologies, innovative teaching methods. I'm sorry, can I ask everyone to mute their microphones, because I still hear someone. Yeah, thank you. And the third objective is contributing to the creation of the European education area by building capacity of schools to engage in cross-border exchanges and cooperation. So when you apply for Erasmus Plus funding, it is important that your mobility, so the training that you apply for, that would cover one of the objectives of that action. There are 2 ways to apply for funding. And this is very new for the program. It is also new for us. It's the first time that we're doing it this year, so it really changed in comparison with the previous edition. The first way to apply is short-term projects for mobility of pupils and staff. And the second one, accredited projects for mobility of pupils and staff. So with short-term projects, you as organization have opportunity to organize small mobility activities. This is the best choice for organizations that are participating in the Erasmus project for the first time. The project itself lasts between 6 and 18 months, so it's a rather short mobility project, and it's for individual organizations only versus consortia. What kind of project for mobility could that be? Well, as examples, it could be courses or training, job shadowing, teaching assignments as staff mobility. And there is a limited number of participants that one organization can send. That's the limit is 30. So you can send as one school, as one organization, up to 30 teachers or staff members for training. And then there is another way to apply, and that's to get accreditation. Now, there is a special procedure, separate procedure to get accreditation. I think if there are people who already got the accreditation this year, they know about it. If you haven't, no worries at all. You can apply in October each year to get the accreditation. What does it mean? It means that you first make an application to get Erasmus Plus accreditation, and then it is easier for you to receive the funding. So the application is even shorter and even easier. You can receive accreditation once, and then it will be valid until 2027. So I highly recommend to do it if you haven't done it yet. In October, you can apply for accreditation. Meanwhile, if you haven't done it, no worries. You can apply for a short-term project as a first try. It's very easy, and it will be your first time participating. And the short-term projects are specially developed for the first-timers with a rather easy application process. All right. For accredited schools, the mobility is organized on a regular basis. And the initial duration of the project is 15 months, but then after 15 months, you have a possibility to prolong it up to 2 years, right? And if you are an accredited school, you can join a consortium. Consortium is a group of minimum 3 schools, organizations, educational centers that together apply as one entity for the mobility. So how to apply? Well, it is relatively straightforward. you register you apply not as individual, but as an organization. And you register on the EU portal, just fill in the application, get the login. We will share the links on how to do it. And when you log in, you enter this page, which is called Erasmus Plus and European Solidarity Corps, open calls school education. And you could see that there are two options, which I mentioned before. On the left, you see accredited project for mobility. So these are for centers that already have accreditation. And for the first comers or people or the organizations that don't have the accreditation yet, you apply for short-term projects for mobility of learners and staff. So you just click apply. You have 27 days to do that. The application deadline is on May 11th, noon Brussels time. And when you click, you'll get an application form, which is not too long. There are 2 pages. So this is the first page where you share the details about your organization, type of the organization, main activities, past participation in Erasmus Plus project. Oh, that's it. And then they ask you to tell about the aims of the mobility, why do you want to organize it, and how this mobility will help you to achieve the goals of the organization. So we do expect that it will take you about maybe 3-4 days to fill in that application. What we recommend is to download this application as a PDF form. There is an option like that in the EU portal, and then discuss it with your colleague, write it, and then copy paste it into the portal. For the participants of this webinar and for all the applicants, we also have prepared a list of useful links. First of all, that's Erasmus Plus program guide that has that gives you an overview of all the rules, regulations, application process steps for this call. Erasmus also has developed a practical guide for school leaders, so it's really focused on teachers' mobility. It's a very short document, but we highly recommend to read it to understand a bit the objectives of this call, the priorities that I mentioned before. There they got described in detail. European Cultural Academy also developed a step-by-step application guide. We have it in English, in French, and in Italian. And then this application guide also has the screenshots of the application form and our suggestions of how can you fill it in. We're now updating it for the new form. And then, of course, general links on where can you find all those documents, and then links for accredited schools and links who would like to apply for short-term projects. Now, if you apply for a short-term project and would like to do mobility with us, with the European Cultural Academy, you have a choice. We have a choice of trainings for teachers. We, of course, specialize in teaching through art. So all our trainings are about integrating art practices into your classroom. We have programs in English, Italian, and French that take place in Venice and Amsterdam. Most of our programs are 6 weeks, pretty intense. And we have our signature program is using works of art in the classroom, theory and practice in Venice. Teaching language through art, focus on language skills, storytelling in Italian, and then the using works of art in classroom in French, so utiliser les œuvres d'art en classe. So these are 4 programs that we have this year. This school is for mobilities that start sometime between September 1st and December 31st, 2021. That means that you apply by May 11. You will receive the decision sometime in July, August, we expect, and then your mobility or your project should start from September 1, anytime from September 1 until the end of the year. So we do have courses in summer, but if you would like to join these courses, we have teachers coming, but if you would like to join these courses, you need to arrange a different funding, not the Erasmus Plus funding. If you would like to cover all the costs of the course with Erasmus Plus, then we suggest that you join our intakes in October this year. Okay, and as I mentioned before, you can apply just for one training, so to come for 6 weeks to Venice with your colleagues, or you can apply, you can make a project which lasts 16 months, for example. And then we have a trajectory where you first visit Venice and have courses there, and then you come second time to Venice or Amsterdam to do a more advanced course on teaching through art. You learn new pedagogical techniques. There are more case studies. We visit museums in Venice and in Amsterdam. So there is a trajectory. So with European Cultural Academy, you can apply for one course, or you can apply for like a two-year, it's almost a 2-year agreement, 18-month agreement with activities in Amsterdam and Venice combined. And then in between, we also have virtual activities, webinars, brainstorm sessions, case studies, which you can join online. Our courses are available in English, French, Italian, German, and even Spanish. This year, only English, French, Italian, developed by experienced instructional designers. And we have project managers, program managers like Sarah supporting you during the course. We work very close with governments, with city councils, to make sure that it's safe to run the courses. We've been doing this mobility last year as well, even in October last year, so the teachers were able to come. So far, the date for the courses that we've chosen, we are sure that we can have them, we can host them in Venice and Amsterdam, and there will be no travel restrictions for that. We follow strictly all the safety procedures. So there we have you covered. And now I would like to give a floor to Sarah. She will tell you more about the programs themselves, about using works of art, what we're doing in Venice, what you can expect to learn from the course.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I already know some of you, I think. I'm very happy to see you. So I'm Sarah Longo. I'm a program coordinator for ECA. First of all, Alexandra went through Erasmus Plus and talked about the programs that are 6 days, but it's a pedagogical technique to see if you were listening, because you reacted, and it's good. So the courses are 6 days, not 6 weeks. Oh, you can stay longer, but you're not good. So for everybody, but you'll know that after I'm done, because that's what I'm for today. It's to explain what you are going to do with us. So first of all, you saw that maybe, or you didn't, that European Union has doubled its budget for mobility this year. It has increased the opportunities for teachers to travel. And also, I understand that you begin seeing that it's basically the only way to travel from again and to start going abroad. So we're very happy that we're waiting for many participants in fall to 2021 and in 2022. So ECA, European Cultural Academy, is an academy based in Amsterdam and in Venice for adult pedagogical training. I just show you here a slide of our vision, of our goals, because it's very important that we believe in power of education to give children the right strength to approach professional world and also to approach life. To approach it in a creative way, because creativity as well as imagination is what distinguishes us from computers, from machines. And in ECA, we work for a better world by dismantling social, economic, geographical borders through art and education. So our pedagogical goal is to make the teacher and the child be himself, to make the teacher and the child work as a team, and to promote inclusion and diversity in school. Through art, one must learn to express his tastes, his particularities, and to open to others in a sensible way in the moment of the school class. So practically, how is this done? So, yeah, 6 days from Monday to Saturday in beautiful palaces on Grand Canal. For those who haven't been to Venice yet, this is Palazzo Michiel. Alexander is showing it to you. Palazzo Michiel is on the Grand Canal, so you will live in Venice for 6 days in a historical center. You will come walking, 10 minutes walk from your place to the training center. You will get lost in Venice at night and come in our palaces that are 13th century Byzantine Venetian palaces. You arrive when you want to Venice, but we meet on Monday morning. And what we do on Monday morning is a visit to a museum. This year, we began visits with the Guggenheim collection. So it's atypical for Venice. In Venice, you see Renaissance and Baroque architecture, but then in the palaces, there is plenty of contemporary art. And we like to begin with that, with Dali, with Pollock, Mondrian, Magritte. Why? Because we like when teachers come, teachers that come to us are from all disciplines, okay, not only art teachers. And when teachers approach abstract art, sometimes their reaction is, a child could do it. And we love when they say that, because we say, okay, so what do we do with children? What is a beautiful artwork? How does a child learn what is good, what is bad with art? And so we take your reactions this first day, this is Monday morning, and we start working on that. The visit in the museums are also, so next slide, also in Academia, so the Renaissance collection. And these visits are in 2 phases. 1 hour and a half with the local museum guide, so you have it in your language, in English or in French. And 1 hour and a half autonomous. We give you an exercise, a game, what we call a treasure hunt to do, so you have a more active and autonomous moment in the museum. This is the first 2 days, the morning, in the mornings. This is you in Academia, COVID-wise. The afternoons of these 2 days, we work here in the classrooms with what we call a facilitator. So it's your tutor for the week, who is an expert in teaching through art. This teacher will start with a very general reflection on creativity, imagination, and education. She is based on she's based on your reflection in front of artworks, and she talks very wide, so very wide reflection. That's for Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, in the morning, we invite an artist to come to the palace. Alexandra told you we are a European cultural academy who works in Venice. We work with Biennale of Venice, and we organize contemporary art exhibits in our palaces. So we have a great pool of artists that come to present their work. And generally, it's the most active day, because teachers have a lot of questions. They start knowing each other, and they are very curious about this artist who comes. Wednesday afternoon, generally, we leave you free in Venice. And this is the image of what you do on Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday are very intense days. You stay in the palace with your tutor, with your facilitator, and the goal is to begin digesting all the artwork you got in your eyes the 3 first days. That's what we call the hands-on workshop moment, where you have games, exercises. You're the student, so you will learn what you will be able to pass in the classroom to your pupils. Our trainer in these 2 days helps you in your pedagogical issues, your problems, the problems your school has encountered, and therefore the ones that you will want to solve with our classroom. The training gets more individual, so our trainer focuses on your issues through also a lot of group discussions with your colleagues. We also talk about e-twinning. For those who don't know this platform, it's a very rich platform of a network between teachers. So you will be responsible of an e-twinning, and we work on an e-twinning about using works of art. I'm talking about this course. We also have another course about languages, teaching languages for languages teachers, and it's also teaching languages through art. So that's basically the week. We arrived to Friday. On Friday afternoon, we have a certificate cocktail. So if you have been nice, we give you a Europass mobility certificate. No one has missed it yet. So that's for Friday. Why do we do that? Because sometimes teachers have to go away for the weekend, but our training is 6 days. That means that on Saturday, we have purchased tickets for shows, for exhibits in Venice. Normally it's temporary shows running. It can be Biennale, but it can also be like, for example, a natural history museum. You choose on Monday or Tuesday when you arrive. We buy the tickets and we give them to you on Saturday morning. So Saturday you can go in little groups by yourself to the exhibitions. So that's Saturday. After the course, of course, yeah, we take a picture. After the course, we like to stay in touch. So there's e-twinning, but there's also emailing. We did a WhatsApp group. We like to see how the tools, the toolbox is going, how the groups are running, and so we really like to have your feedback. So that's for the week in Venice. I haven't talked about Amsterdam. I don't think we have any Italian today, but in Amsterdam we have quite the same course on Dutch museums that are in Amsterdam. And also, as Alexandra told you, we have this 2-year, 2 sessions program. So people who already came to Venice can come a second time for a higher level discussion in Venice or in Amsterdam. So these are the contacts. I think you already have them. I'm available by email. Oh, you're Italian. Ciao, Leonardo. Welcome. Sorry. So now I will leave time for questions. First of all, I'm thinking about also Italians who want to come to Amsterdam. The question that is most coming to me these days is about accommodation. So I will answer this first of all. Erasmus Plus finances the fee of the course. It gives organizational support and also per diem support. And the per diem is to sleep and to eat in Venice. So you have the money, but you are quite autonomous for that. So you organize yourself as you want in Venice and in Amsterdam. We like to say we're not a travel agency, but we're here to support. That means that we have partnerships with many hotels, rents for apartments in Venice and in Amsterdam, and we're happy to give you. So it's already on our website, on the FAQ questions. So we're happy to give you support while you're organizing. In the FAQ section, you also have basic info how to arrive in Venice by plane and in Amsterdam too. And of course, you should know that Erasmus Plus gives more budget to green transportation, so that you can also think about it. Okay, that's all for me. Your turn.
All right. Thank you very much, Sarah. That was a nice peek into how the how a course looks like. We're really looking forward to have all you guys in Amsterdam or in Venice. We have some questions from the chat, so please feel free also to, I'm going to start with them, but then also please feel free to unmute yourself and ask the question. So now we have it, we're currently coordinating an Erasmus staff mobility project, great interest to us. However, I have a question. Tourist visits are not eligible for Erasmus Plus funding. No, so yeah, so some of the activities in category of us, yeah. So we have been in discussions with the national agency from Erasmus Plus. We are in almost daily discussions with program coordinators on Erasmus Plus, and all this schedule is how you say it, very much approved by the agencies. There's not a simple visit to a museum. It's a pedagogical activity where you have to learn a lot, do treasure hunt. We give you all the necessary materials. So we can share the schedule with you if you need it. So we don't worry about that. It's approved, and we're in discussion with the national agencies. Yeah. Ok, we have some Italians. Ciao, buongiorno. Posso fare domande anche se sono un professore precario. Sarah, will you answer that?
Yes, I didn't have very good news for that, but I would suggest he would write to Indire, to Italian National Agency, because in Italy, there's a lot of precarious teaching, and I hope that there is a possibility. I would suggest you ask National Agency.
Yes, yeah. So we are organizing this session, but of course, your main point of contact within your country is your national agency, and usually there is a dedicated person for school staff mobility. They also do their own webinars in that language, in your language. And after that webinar, we will share all the links where you can find the guides from Erasmus Plus, step-by-step guide, school leader guides, giving the information. You talked about a course, a lesson, teaching language through art. Is it a part of a session? No, so we have two courses. One is using works of art in the classroom, which is a more general course, and another course, which is teaching language through art. And that's really about the techniques of how can you use images, how can you use art to teach language, any language.
Antonina, you can unmute and talk if you want. I just wrote it.
Buonasera. Good evening. My name is Antonina. I am education of the school Educandato to the Angel of Verona. I would like to ask a question. One, if the name or the participation must be communication by 20 May if a meeting we all manage of and teacher team who would like to hand impossible if there was the possibility of helping the project in the wither us.
So,
Te lo dico in italiano.
grazie. No, vai.
Se i nominativi dei partecipanti devono essere comunicati entro l'11 maggio e poi, se fosse possibile, un incontro con il nostro dirigente e il team insegnanti che vorrebbero partecipare.
Grazie. Yes, it's what I understood. So if names of participants have to be communicated, and if we can organize a meet between us, of course, so you can write me an email tomorrow morning and we will organize. And the names, I'm sure the number of the participants are useful. I suggest you also put the names. For the moment, I don't think it's more, what do you think, Alessandra? It's the number who is
Yes, yes. So it's the number which is important. And again, it is up to an organization to select the participants. So we are not telling who should come, but it's your organization that decides how many people and who should come. And Erasmus Plus takes in consideration that, of course, within the application date and the final date of the course, things might change. So they do allow it to change the names, so the participants, for sure. Okay.
Grazie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. So there is a question about what is 16 months and what is 6 days. When you apply for Erasmus Plus project, the project, a short-term project, for example, lasts from 6 to 18 months. What does it mean? It means that, for example, your school would like to integrate art practices in the pedagogical process. You create a project around it in your school. For example, you have a brainstorm sessions, you have a dedicated group of teachers, enthusiastic teachers who are interested in that topic. And our training or training with European Cultural Academy is part of that project. So the mobility itself is a part, the 6-day mobility is a part of a 6-month or 18-month project. And this is what you write in the application. So that's the difference between 18 months and 6 days. I hope I explained that clearly.
Yes, for example, to answer also, we have a school whose development plan is well-being of children, so it's a very large thematic, and inside this theme they have 10 mobilities in Venice, 2 job shadowing, and 1 psychological person who comes to do consultant, you know, so that you can do in 18 months.
And during this 18 months, come to course with us. If you apply for Erasmus Plus funding for the training with European Cultural Academy, it covers all the costs, including the training fee, accommodation, logistics, so the flight or train, and you also get allowance per day for the food and beverages. So all your costs are covered by Erasmus Plus funding for the whole duration of the course, for all 6 days.
I would like to answer Eha Jacobson, who asks, you have 2 courses about art and language teaching, what is the difference? So I will send you the link in the chat. So we have different courses. Teaching languages to art, of course, is more oriented for language teachers. Okay, so it's like an insight of what language pedagogical issues have to do with art.
Yeah. And again, I must say that in our experience, it's so we have not only teachers coming to the course, but also councils, school administration, school principals. And for that, we do recommend a more general course using works of art in the classroom. So it's not only for art teachers, it's for teachers of all disciplines and for school staff. Librarians as well. Yes, we also have librarians coming. Definitely, definitely. So everyone
Excuse me.
Tourist. Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes. Hi, Francesca.
Yeah, I'm Francesca Neriller. I'm from the Italian school in Latina, Vittorio Veneto Salvini. So I would like you just to recap what you've said, because you said that you offer different kinds of opportunities, from a minimum course of 6 days to a maximum of 18 months, and you offer different opportunities just for adults or also for students, because the mobility is the KA1 is for both for teachers and for students. Do you provide this kind of opportunities? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Sarah, do you want to answer that, or should
Yes,
I?
Thank you, Francesca. Sorry, I didn't see we had so many Italians. I said before. We are talking now about adult training with students.
If you want me to speak Italian, I can speak Italian.
No. It's good. So
okay.
I answer.
Doesn't mind. I mean, for me.
No. Your question is interesting for everybody. We do adult educations, and we can organize students groups because we have many lecturers in Amsterdam and in Venice, but it's more su misura, and on scale program, and we need minimum 15 students participating. We have to talk about it, so it's not the program we presented today. So we have the same access to museums, conferences available, but it's something else. Okay. When you said we provide programs from 6 days to 18 months, so 6 days is our course in Venice for teachers. 18 months is the nature of your short-term project you're going to ask for May 11th. Is that
okay? Is that okay? So if I want to, if for example a school thinks to organize a project, this implies the maybe the 18 months. Otherwise, we have 6 days. Okay, is that right?
Yes. So you ask a funding for an Erasmus Plus financiamento, no, for a fund. It is a project. It means your school wants to change something in its way to teach.
Okay.
And you want to change it by attending a 6-day course.
Okay. And what about the minimum number of people, of teachers, and the maximum? It's up to us, or you have established a minimum number?
So what we like is that there's a group of teachers of different disciplines that come.
Yeah, minimum?
We don't have a minimum, so you could send one person from your school if you would like to. If you are not an accredited school for...
as I said, sorry, maybe we are an accredited.
Okay, then so, there is no minimum.
In the form, we actually stated the number of teachers that could take part in this this program. So, but I was asking if you have decided. I mean, if you put a limit. No, there's no limit.
No.
Okay, thank you. Great. Yes.
We have a lot of questions, Alexandra.
As I understood, again, something about the timing. The short-term course in Venice is part of 6 months or from 6 to 18 month project, correct? Does it mean we need to do the plan for this? Yes. So in your application, you will, what you see in the application form, they will ask you about the objectives that you would like to achieve with Erasmus Plus funding. And it's a general objective. It should coincide with one of the objectives of Erasmus Plus program for these years. It could be quite general, indeed, the well-being of the children, or digitalization, or developing creativity. And then you have certain activities which you do in school, but also one of these activities is our training. And you could do training within those 6 months or within this 18 months, once or twice. You can apply for one training in Venice, or you could say, I do a short-term project that is 18 months, and then during this project, I come once to Venice and another time to Amsterdam. This is possible. And if you need more details from our side on the application, please contact Sarah, and we're very happy to share with you the details so you can put that into application.
I would like to answer to Sylvie, who asked me what we mean by organizational fee and per diem. So you can find it in our course page. Actually, we explain how we calculate our 660 euro price. I will just maybe put it on a public chat. Let's see. And so everybody can read it. It didn't work. Whoop. Oh, I can't copy paste. Okay, so it's on the bottom of this page. How do we calculate our price? So the fee consists in a part of organizational support. You have, depending on countries, but an average amount of 350 euros organizational per person per week, and an average 70 days per day per participant for the course. Tell me, Alex, if I'm right. I think it's that. So what we do is that we take 240 from organizational and 7 times 6 for 6 days. No, 70 times 6, 420.
420, yes. So it's your, it's, the fee is made in a way so you could cover all your expenses within Erasmus Plus funding. So you don't have you don't have to ask for your school budget to do the course. All right, there is a question about music education from Grzegorz. Hello, I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Do your courses regard the fine arts only, or do you provide courses for the music art as well? Sarah is a professional jazz musician and teacher and music teacher. So and Venice is of course a very musical city with La Fenice, the famous theater. And we are in Italy. So we do music education when we on request. So we now have requests from school that are coming with a group of teachers that would like to dedicate 2 afternoons to teaching through music, and we organize sessions for them. But for that, we need to have a group of at least 14 people who would like to do this course. So we can integrate it into the course, but we need a group of at least 14 people.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
I have a question. May I found this group on myself? I mean, some people from Poland, or even I have friends in Hungary and Lithuania.
Great.
Definitely. Well, you can only apply, and that's, I'm answering another question here. You cannot apply as an individual.
Of course.
You can only apply via your organization.
Okay.
So it needs to be your school or educational center.
Exactly. Yes, I understand it. I know the Erasmus. Okay. That's basic rule. Thank you.
Yeah. But we would love to have teachers from different countries for sure, and we always have. So of course, it's lovely if you
Gregors, write me an email tomorrow. Very
okay. So please, what address should I communicate?
Yeah, I'll just put it right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm Jessica from France.
Hi, bonjour.
I've got a question. So we might be several teachers in my school, maybe around 14 or 15. And you told me before that if we were a group of more than 12 people in the same school, we could choose our dates for coming. But my question would be, if among these 14 teachers, there would be like 5 teachers of languages, so could you make 2 different sessions at the same period, one for teaching languages through art for the 5 language teachers, and the rest of the teachers for the methods of art in the class? I can't remember the name exactly.
Yeah. So the general idea is that we do have a program, and the program has the flow with the guaranteed learning outcomes developed by our methodologist. We do allow some customization, but let's discuss it case by case. We need to see what would you like to achieve, the learning outcomes, what are the goals, what type of the project do you have. We can discuss that, and then we can offer you, our designer, instructional designer can create a schedule, so we can do that. But let's discuss it. You can discuss it with Sarah via email or have a call. In general, there is a customization possible, but we need to make sure that we achieve the results that we promise and that you also come for.
That's perfect. Thank you. So I will tell with my colleagues, and then I will go back to Sarah very soon. Thank you.
Yes, I also have to say about that. So it's a question from me to Alexandra. So what do they have to do now when they ask their funding? They have to put our normal session date, no?
Yes, let's just do normal session dates, and then we can discuss that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Est-il possible de remettre à l'écran le formulaire pour les projets de mobilité?
The application form.
Yeah, so I can do it. Here
yeah, I can. We can send you a PDF of those application forms, and you can also access them via the links we sent you. So they are available now already. Since last Friday, they're available for everyone.
So short term, here is the link. I'll put it for everybody, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. What are the dates for the second session in Amsterdam once we have participated in the first? So we have 3 intakes during the year. Intake in April, which is usually Easter vacation. We have summer intakes, and we have October intakes. All of them coincide with, let's say, European vacation, school vacation calendar. So we can share the dates with you for 2022. So for the next time in Amsterdam, you could choose to come in April during Easter, in summer, or in October.
Mm-hmm. For Chocina, is it possible to have some colleague choosing one course or other colleague choosing another course in the same session? Absolutely. And we love that, because then you exchange. Yes. So that's why we put the courses in the same dates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Mara Serfilippi, is it possible to apply individually as a teacher? Yes. Please write me an email, but you have to pay for your course. It's an individual subscription, because if the Erasmus Plus funding is given to schools.
Yeah. So you can join our course as an individual, but then you need to pay 660 euro tuition fee yourself. If you would like to apply for Erasmus funding, you need to do it via your school.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I wanted to ask, so I also have the journey on my chart.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I have to organize by myself.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so I think we have time for one more question, if anybody has a question.
Okay, 2 last questions. Nobody wants to ask the last one. No one.
Okay. Oh.
Okay, we will also visit schools. Fabien, thank you. Unfortunately, no, I went once in a walk with some of you, and I brought them just in front of schools, but we're not a job. That's another kind of. I think that's job shadowing. It's another kind of mobility. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and from our experience, we are specialized in teaching through art. From our experience in Italian school, it's better to come for a longer period of time than 6 days, and then also find someone who speaks English and can host it and organize it. So it's a different type of mobility.
Oh, Alex, Anna Maria, do we pre-register? So yes, once you know the number you are going to ask for, it's good to write to us so we know how many people are going to ask for mobility, and we are going to send you like an agreement, so a pre-registration agreement.
Yes. It is not necessary to have a pre-registration agreement to come to our course, but we always ask the participants to do it, so it's easy for us to plan. And then as soon as you apply, so as soon as the deadline passes on 11th of May this year, we send an email with a question: have you applied and for how many people? And then after the results are published, we hope that this year, it's sometimes in June, July, you will receive another email of us saying, have you received the funding? Are you coming? So then we start planning and we know how many people are coming. This year, I think we expect around 300 people in October session, maybe more. We will see the what mobilities are possible. Is it possible to plan a course for a month or two? No, so the Erasmus Plus guide states that the training is possible from 6 days to 30 days. But we, because of the academic year, we try to do intense courses for 6 days. That's usually the availability of the teachers.
Alexandra, there's a question from Rachel Lombardo. Will the courses in Amsterdam be available in English eventually?
Yes, I think they will.
So for the moment, Amsterdam is where we send Italians because they can't come to Venice. But with this 2-year program, we are planning to send French and all Europe, also to Amsterdam. So of course, for a course in English.
Yes, we are. There's a lot of demand for the courses, so they fill up quickly, and we would like to offer more courses, always in that discipline, always connected to art, culture, creativity. So we do hope that next year we will develop more courses. It's just that we take it very seriously on how to organize it, and it takes time to create the right curriculum that is of a good quality and find good instructional designers for that. But we are working on it, and I hope that next year we'll have courses in English in Amsterdam. Is the application task for the evaluation of results we may achieve after the training? How can we answer that? Okay, since we haven't done it yet. Yes. So the evaluation of the training, you will receive from us, when you after the course, you will receive from us a kind of a roundup or resume of the course with the learning outcomes that we think you have achieved, and then it's up to you to decide if you want to apply it and to share it as the results of the training. So you know, we do measure the goals and then the learning outcomes and the achieved learning outcomes. How do you see that? So you will have that, you will receive that from us.
And please, Laure, please send me an email so I can send you the step-by-step guide, because that's the kind of answers we give you in the step-by-step. We're updating it now, and we hope it's going to be done for the next week. So thank you. Yeah.
But you will receive a mobility certificate from us that is required for your final report, and we usually provide all the necessary information for your report, definitely.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much. We really hope to see you in Amsterdam and Venice. We encourage you to apply. This year call is much easier than it used to be. It's much simple for short-term projects, so for new schools, and for accredited schools, it's even easier. So we're very grateful to Erasmus to give us this opportunity, and we do hope to see more and more people benefiting from it, and meeting each other, exchanging knowledge, and enjoying Italian heritage, and enjoying Venice and Amsterdam.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, grazie mille, e arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Spasiba.
Arrivederci.
Bye. Bye bye.
Grazie. Dankjewel.
Grazie mille, buona serata, grazie ancora.
Arrivederci, arrivederci a tutti.
Arrivederci.
Grazie mille, buona serata.
Buona serata, ciao.
Bye, thank you.